Ms. Neily, look at that. Spending is way up relative to inflation. Oh, I should also say I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a report from the Illinois policy showing that Chicago public school spending has increased 97%, while student achievement has dropped by 63% in reading and 78% in math. Without objection.
Without objection.
Ms. Neily, look at that. How do we begin to restore the trust when folks say we need to spend more money, but we see so much more money being spent, and yet scores are falling?
Well, let's remember that this illustrious body spent $187 billion in the wake of the pandemic to address learning loss. In the state of Wisconsin, 28.2%, more than 1 out of every $4 of Wisconsin ESSER money was allocated towards new additions or renovations, despite that not addressing learning loss. When all those bills were passed, I think many parents, myself included, assumed that it would be to help reopen schools, for masks, for air purifiers, for sanitation. That is not what that ESSER money was spent on. It was spent on pet projects, it was spent on social emotional learning, it was spent on things like that, and in many cases, districts did not open. Children in inner cities were set back years and years and years. I mean, I remember seeing from Virginia, one of the Virginia's education association speakers said that the nice thing about this is that everyone went back equally. That's not true. Everyone wasn't set back equally by the pandemic. Those who were more set back were families that didn't have the time or resources to help their children read, to pay for tutors or things like that. This disproportionately hurt low-income students more than anyone else. You have more money that has been thrown at schools. They can't spend it fast enough. All this ESSER money is running out at the end of this September. And yet now we still see teacher shortages. Let's talk about in Hartford, they're about to lay off 300 teachers. In San Diego, they just laid off 234 and are announcing that they're laying off 60 more. There are teachers coming out of our ears. They're not in the right places right now. So we don't have a teacher shortage, we have an allocation issue. And that is what is hugely concerning, particularly when we look at the fact that our children cannot read. They are not thriving, they are doing very, very badly.